All right, as if you didn't know this already, we now have yet another confirmation that the trade negotiations, especially with China, are going absolutely nowhere. We were told 90 deals in 90 days. We were told China's desperate. They're desperate. And actually, China's not desperate at all. We're not hearing from China. We're waiting around for the invite to the prom, and she's got another date already. Here is Scott Bessent on the China talks. And I just love this. He describes them as just a little bit stalled. The talks with China have stalled just a tidbit. The reality is they were never happening because we need China much more than China needs us. Take a look at this.
And what about China, specifically China, and that obviously started in a different place. How can you characterize those talks now?
I would say that they are a bit stalled. I believe that we will be having more talks with them in the next few weeks, and I believe we may at some point have a call between the president and party chair Xi.
So stalled. There was a time when the president thought that it was moving forward pretty significantly.
Again, I think that given the magnitude of the talks, given the complexity, that this is going to require both leaders to weigh in with each other. They have a very good relationship, and I am confident that the Chinese will come to the table when President Trump makes his preferences known.
All right, so let me go.
Yeah, so listen, like I've been saying, we need China more than China needs us. China has more alternatives than the US has. China has moved forward with other trade deals, meaning with other countries, while Trump has been waiting around looking at his phone saying, when are they going to call me? I just need them to call. And the administration's solution, apparently, is to cut off student visas for China, hurt our own country, and damage our own economy, as if that's really going to show China who's boss. So there is, I guess, no trade deal right around the corner, like we were led to believe. In another clip, you know what Bessent actually admits. Forget about China for a moment. We don't have a single trade deal yet. Understand, none of the countries that have been slammed with the blanket tariffs have come forward and said, sir, we're sobbing because we need to fix this now. We have zero trade deals, not 90 in 90 days. It's zero into 120 days. So here is Bessent saying, we're getting really close on a bunch of these.
You know, you're in the middle of very complex negotiations. We've talked to a number of people about how complex. It's like three-dimensional chess in some of these trade deals with different countries. Do these court rulings affect that ongoing back and forth?
Brett, you know, we have not seen any of that in terms of our trading partners. They are coming to us in good faith and trying to complete the deals before the 90-day pause ends. So we've seen no change in their attitude in the past 48 hours. As a matter of fact, I have a very large Japanese delegation coming to my office first thing tomorrow morning.
You know, Peter reported that he's hearing there are 3 deals kind of ready to pop, maybe even this week, next week. Can you confirm that? Is it close on a number of deals?
There are a couple of very large deals that are close. A couple of them are more complicated. And as we saw with the president's threat of 50% tariffs last Friday, the EU came to the table very quickly over the weekend. So now we've got the EU in motion also.
You know, it's so funny. When I used to work in tech startups, there would often be this thing that would happen where when I would review pending deals with like business development people or sales people or whatever, they would always do the same thing, most of them. they would list a lot of deals that are like maybes to make it seem like there's a lot of activity. Oh, ABC company, we're in the process of scheduling a presentation, and then we've got so much activity because DEF company is currently out with our proposal and the executive team is meeting about it. And then I would sit back and I would go, okay, so none of those are deals, right? And I go, yeah, no, we're working, those are pending deals. And Scott Bessent, at the absolute top level of government, at the top echelons of these sorts of deals, is doing the same thing. He's going, listen, we've got a lot of deals that are really close, big deals, and we've taken so many phone calls. And so you have 0 deals, right? Since all of this started? Yeah, we do have 0 deals. Now, extra kind of double bonus clip here. Here is Liz Clayman really doing a good job of saying, why are you even doing a lot of this stuff? Why are you going after Wayfair furniture? Why are you going after Lululemon yoga pants? It's going to be kind of hard to explain in court that over an emergency, we're tariffing Lulus. And Navarro just doesn't want to talk about it. He tries to change the topic, and Liz Clayman tries not to let him.
But could you explain the administration's justification quickly, if you could, and the legality of economic emergency invocation here on Bratz dolls and Wayfair furniture and Lululemon yoga pants? That's going to be a hard sell to a court that those are economic emergencies that deserve tariffs.
Okay, so let's take the fentanyl issue first.
I said Lululemon and Wayfair.
Oh, you want to do the reciprocal tariffs?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, well, look, they're specks in grains of sand in a sea of a $1.3 trillion trade deficit, and they are retail outlets that go to China and benefit from their 7 deadly sins of job destruction, whether it's the currency manipulation, the counterfeiting, the piracy, the subsidies, and everything on in between. And the emergency is $1.3 trillion a year going abroad, $18 trillion of American wealth so far transferred into foreign hands, and millions of jobs lost, hundreds of thousands of factories gone. That's the emergency. And the American people understand this. Okay. Main Street understands this. Wall Street is in denial about this, and this rogue court apparently doesn't think that having Main Street America dying from fentanyl and not having jobs is an emergency. We think it is, and it damn well is.
Peter, thank you very much.
So listen, as far as Fox News interviews are concerned, this isn't terrible, and it really does expose there's not actually anything here. There's nothing here for us to say, here is the tangible gain of what we got from this entire fiasco. Now, meanwhile, there's the entire legal issue. A court 2 days ago saying no more tariffs. An appeals court yesterday saying, yes, the tariffs can stay until June 9th, pending some broader decision. But put aside all of the legal issues with the tariffs, countries aren't coming to the table. Countries aren't as terrified of what Donald Trump is attempting to impose as Donald Trump was counting on them being terrified. So I don't know exactly where we will be on this a month from now, but so far it's not really working out. Certainly, it's working out exactly as serious economists predicted. It is not working out at all the way Donald Trump and people around him told us this was all going to fall into place for us.
People in my audience know I am a bit of a pastry connoisseur. Our sponsor, Wild Grain, is the first bake from frozen subscription box for artisanal breads, pastries, and pastas. Wild Grain's boxes are customizable depending on what you like and prefer. They've got their classic variety box. They've launched the new gluten-free box. They have a plant-based box that's 100% vegan. And it just takes the hassle out of baking because all items bake from frozen in 25 minutes or less, nothing to clean up. My experience has been awesome. I love the croissants. I was having people over last week, half an hour before, preheat and throw them in the oven, and people love it. Definitely, the croissants are my favorite. The quality and the freshness of the items is extraordinary. and it is just so convenient. Go to wildgrain.com/Pacman to start your subscription and get $30 off your first box, plus free croissants in every box every month. The link is in the description.